They threw us into the abyss and the abyss answered. I spun at the thunderous roar. Boulders and jagged slabs of ice were falling straight at us. People screamed. Chains snapped tight. Those who ran dragged others down with them. I didn't move. One step back. A heartbeat later, a slab the size of a man smashed into the ground right where ID stood, exploding into shards that tore through flesh. Not everyone was that lucky. Bodies dropped. Blood darkened the snow. Screams tore the night apart. Up, you idiots! Hug the slope. The guard who'd whipped me earlier was screaming now, trying to herd the line toward the rock face. Then something landed. The mountain shook. Silence fell, for one single breath. Between us and the cliff stood a shape taller than a horse. At first, it looked like a filthy snowdrift. Then it stood up. 4 meters tall. A twisted body propped on squat legs. Too many arms, long, segmented, ending in bone scythes. 5 cloudy eyes stared at us without emotion. What I thought was snow was matted fur, yellow-gray, dense enough to stop blades. Its jaws hung open, packed with serrated fangs. Slime dripped onto the ice. But the worst part, something was moving under its skin. Endlessly. The abomination lunged. Straight at me. I moved instantly, dragging the biggest captive into its path. The claws hit him instead. Flesh tore. Blood sprayed. The corpse crashed into me, crushing the air from my lungs. Damn it, why are you so heavy? I shoved the body aside, and froze. Because under my palms, something squirmed. Inside him. No. No, 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 the corpse twitched. Bones punched through skin. Muscles twisted. The face split open into a second, smaller maw. This wasn't possible. Initial ordeals didn't spawn things like this. Only overlords could do that. And an overlord had no business being here. No time to think. I grabbed the slack in the chain and lunged. One claw came for me. I sidestepped and looped the chain over its shoulders. Once. Twice. 3 times. Its arms locked. Pull. I screamed. Both of you. The other captives hauled with everything they had. Chains screamed. I swung the chain linking my cuffs up and around its throat and dropped my weight backward. Back to back. My full body pressing down. Spikes tore into my skin. My wrists burned. It thrashed. So did I. Until, it went limp. And then, that sound. The most beautiful sound ID ever heard. You have vanquished a dormant fiend, Ridge Sovereign spawn. The body sagged, finally still. For a moment, I didn't move. Didn't breathe. Just listened to my own heartbeat pounding in my ears. Then the chains loosened. The pressure on my wrists vanished like a lie undone. Around me, the platform was unrecognizable. Blood soaked into the snow. Shattered ice glittered like broken glass. What few captives still lived clung to the slope, shaking, afraid to even scream. The larger beast still rampaged at the far end of the ridge. But it didn't come for us. It was busy. I forced myself to breathe. That thing I killed, it wasn't a full void beast. A spawn. Dormant. Incomplete. Which made this worse. Because spawns don't exist alone. I wiped blood from my eyes and looked at the corpse again. Already, its flesh was losing cohesion, breaking down into blackened sludge that steamed faintly against the cold. No core. No remains. Too clean. The infection followed rules. Cruel ones, but rules nonetheless. Initial ordeals were meant to break people slowly. Brutes. Occasional fiends. Nothing more. Overlords were supposed to come later. Much later. And yet a Ridge Sovereign spawn had crawled out here. Which meant only one thing. This ordeal wasn't standard. It was personal. My gaze dropped to my status. I didn't need to read it to know. Destined. That cursed trait. A mark that didn't make me stronger. It just made sure the world noticed me. And the world, apparently, had decided to respond. The screaming stopped. Slowly. One voice at a time. I looked up. The massive silhouette at the far end of the platform had gone still. Its many eyes turned. All of them. Toward me. A deep, grinding sound rolled across the ridge. Not a roar. Laughter. Cold. Knowing. The chains at my feet rattled. And a new system message began to form. Before I could read it, the abyss trembled again. The next chapter is already waiting. If you survive long enough to watch it.